Yeah. What it is, what it do. This is your man, King Eric, the media assassin, coming at y'all with a dope doubleheader. We taking it back to New Orleans. Got my host T-Match with the facts and Pittsburgh Pat on the line right now. And this show is sponsored by Buddy Boy Entertainment, Da Vinci Clothing, Jesse's Boutique, Core Financial, Fleetwood, and the Cotton Pickers.
What it do, y'all? Another fantastic Friday. OTC up in the building. We are here. Yeah.
What's happening?
What's going on, Pat? Welcome back with us, man. Great to have you with us, man. Look, 2 nights in a row. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? You'll be hearing a lot from me in the next few weeks, man. We got a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work. We just getting started, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We steady taking that tour down to the New Orleans. We peeping the scene out there. And I'm gonna tell y'all,
who would have thought
a lot of good
a
music
motherfucker
coming
named
out
Pittsburgh
there.
Pat would be bringing y'all that New Orleans shit. A dude named Pittsburgh Pat be bringing y'all the New Orleans shit. But, like I said, I grew up on this shit, man. Like these artists, man, I'm only fucking with people that I really rock with, man. You know what I'm saying? So is dude on the line right now?
Yeah, he gonna call shortly. He hit me up and
cool.
let me know what number to call, because sometime on this switchboard, I be seeing different people's numbers, and I don't want to plug in the wrong person. You feel me?
Yeah. I hit him about 15, 20 minutes ago with the number, and I know that he had seen my post and everything. He liked it like 10 minutes ago or something like that. And I know our second guest is he's definitely down. He's waiting, man. So like this show is dope because the first half of it is a dude that is a legend in New Orleans. Like, I grew up on this dude's music, and he's always just been like, he's exactly what you would think a New Orleans legend would sound like. Like, he's the epitome of New Orleans. Like, he's synonymous with it. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those dudes that, his whole career has just been about putting on from where he's from. You know what I'm saying? He's always rocked with artists from all over the city, no matter what ward they're from, what label they was down with, all that. Like, none of that mattered to him. He rocked with everybody and truly loves the city, you know what I mean? And he's been doing it for a long time. And, he even went to bat for New Orleans before, as a response to a well-known song. We'll talk about that when we get on the line, but it's actually a pretty interesting story. And if you listen to the lyrics of his song, you'll understand it after we talk about it. But then the other artist we got, I actually first heard from the first artist. The first artist is L.O.G, living off game, and he had this album called New Orleans, and it was pretty much just like a compilation full of New Orleans artists. And he had this song called Gorilla Grubbin' on it, and there's a dude named Dirt Zyre on there. And the name alone caught my eye because there's a famous project in the 9th Ward of New Orleans called the Desire Project. Like, we are listening to No Soldier Slim. In one of the songs he says, "Because I got dreams bigger than the Desire Project. I got plans bigger than the Desire Project." And so when I heard Dirt Zyre, I'm like, oh, he's probably from Desire. You know what I mean? So I looked it up, and he had this album called Nine, N-I-N-E, Never Ignore Negative Energy. And I listened to it, man, and it was just something different. And like, I just got stuck on it, man. I couldn't stop listening to it. So I started listening to his old music and all that. And like, to be honest, like, that part of the interview is just going to be all of us learning. I don't really know too much about him, So that's why I really wanted him on the show. I wanted to let him tell his story and get to know him a little better and, just give him that platform. You know what I mean? Because even if he gets one new fan from our show, it was worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, like...
I'm gonna try to bring him on now. I'm going to try to call him from the studio.
Okay. Who, L.O.?
Hang on right quick.
All right.
Hello?
What's up, bro?
What's up, baby?
What's going on,
What's up, man?
What's going on with you?
Got a legend in the house, man. What's good?
Cool, baby. What's good with you, baby? What's good with you?
Oh, L.O.G, living off game. What's good with you, man? Welcome to Off the Cuff Radio, man. It's great to have you on, man.
It's a blessing, to be in the presence, man. You know what I'm saying? To even being, able to share my story, yeah.
Man, definitely. For those listeners of our show, they all know that I come from, this is Pittsburgh Pat, by the way. I come from a different show. I've interviewed a million rappers, and I quit for a while. And I came back, and my goal on coming back is to, I've interviewed a million rappers. I want to interview the people that I rock with the most. And
that's a bet.
Everybody knows me. I've always rocked with New Orleans heavy. Last night we had Magnolia Levy on. We got a couple more there. We have Dirt Zyre on later tonight. But I reached out to you because real fans of New Orleans music, on a national level, everybody thinks Cash Money, No Limit, but real fans of New Orleans know that you are one of the main people down there. When you think New Orleans, you're one of the first artists we think of. You identify with the city, like your name is synonymous with the city. So I just wanted to salute you and show you the respect you deserve for being a pioneer of New Orleans hip-hop. And thank you for all that you've done. I mean, our second guest tonight, Dirt Zyre, I wouldn't know him if it wasn't for you. I heard him first on the New Orleans album. So,
on the New Orleans, is that where you first heard him on?
Yeah, it's the first time I heard. I mean, like I got locked up before. I did a few years, so I was a little out of the scene and out of touch with everything. So when I came home and heard that, a lot of artists on that album, I was like, oh, he's nice, and his name stuck out to me just because like the Desire projects and everything. So I checked him out. I love that joint. But,
you familiar with the YG? The YG?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I don't know if you ever heard that. That was like a project we did like in we released in 99. The YG's one of the songs that was kind of banging was the Florida Desire.
I'm gonna check that.
That was like it was like two guys out the Florida project and two guys out the Desire. And Desire was one of those guys.
Damn. Yeah,
I met him,
check that out.
years ago when he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? He was real young, very talented, gifted with the pen. Had a good pen game. You know what I'm saying? And him and the rest in peace, Keith. You know what I'm saying? Little brother Keith, and rest in peace, Sonny. You know what I'm saying? And others, guys out to Florida. Out to Desire with their Desire. You know what I'm saying? But I remember meeting him as a young kid. You know what I'm saying? Very talented, and we got in the studio and we got it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's very talented dude. Cause he got that New Orleans flavor to him and everything, but he got his own style too. Like he ain't trying to sound like nobody. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? He, like I said, if you ever get a chance to check out the old YG, that was representation when we first brought them in the game. Most of the guys are dead now. You know what I'm saying? Like just Dirt and Nuther, still living Nuther, which was on Camouflage Down there and Roll It Up.
Yeah. Fire too.
So that was the YGs was, you know, Nuclear, Dirt, Soul, Key, Sinister, which was doing a track, and Nuclear, Dirt, Key, Soul. I'm leaving somebody Sinister. Yeah, that was everybody.
Man, yeah, I'm definitely peep that, man. I rock with everything that you touched, man. The Belly Boys, the Fever Phil, Sack Mafia, Route to Survive. Like I've been rocking with you a long time, man. Long time. So this, you know, this interview here, man, this means a little something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just ain't some rapper to me, bro. Like, you're a legend to me, man. And like it definitely means a lot to me, man. And you know, one thing I always appreciated for you, man, or about you was just how much you really put on for the city, and you always rep New Orleans to the fullest. But you had so many joints that just became classic, like G's and Soldiers, and man, the joints you did, like the Grave Fillers with Low-Key, I love that shit, man. Like, I still listen to that shit like it's new. Like, those are like anthems to me. Like, I love them joints, man. The G's and Soldiers EP, I think that's a top 5 New Orleans project of all time, in my opinion. I just think that it's just an EP, but every joint on there is just so dope. And anybody that listens to New Orleans music, you can throw on any of those tracks and instantly everybody knows them. You know what I'm saying? How much of an impact did that have on New Orleans when that dropped? Ella, you there?
Oh, yeah, hold on. I got to call. He got to bring him back. T-Max even got dropped. Law Talk got to get it together, man. T-Max, you back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm here.
Hold on, I'm going to bring him back on.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, you back, man.
Sorry about that, Joe. We lost you.
Yeah,
y'all back.
No problem.
Yeah, sometimes the servers, they go down, man. They disconnect us and everything, man. But I was just giving you props for the G's and Soldiers EP, and I just asked you, like, when that dropped, like, how much of an impact did it have in New Orleans when it first dropped? And did you know that you just dropped a classic? Like, did you understand that at the time that would be an EP that that would become synonymous with New Orleans rap? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you think New Orleans, you think of that project. Did you know that at the time? Did you feel that? Did you have something special with that EP?
I mean, when I was actually like that EP, when the solo, you know what I'm saying? Because we was actually working on it. I was working on the group project. The SAG Mafia. We was working on the group project. At that time, it was, you know, it was me, Juvenile, and like 3 more of our other little partners. We kind of came together and came up with a little group thing because we was all working on a solo project at the time. And so, you know, we were just in that working, and actually, I didn't even get to the Jesus Soldier song at the time, but I pretty much had everything else, you know what I'm saying? And we was, Lil Wayne had let us perform somewhere. And, you know, Juve really had a name at the time, you know what I'm saying? But it had been a while, you know what I'm saying? From when he dropped the box from the Juvenile to the Juvenile that, you know today. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Wayne let us perform at Mr. B's and shit, and the motherfucker had, you know, it was nice, you know what I'm saying? So we was like, yeah, we about to go in. And so when I wrote that joint, when I started writing it, one of my little partners, a couple of my little partners came through. They was about to go to the club, and I had just like started on the first verse or whatever, and just was playing with it. And it's to a little beat I had made at the time. I had made a little beat or whatever, and was just writing it. And one of my little dudes came through, Co-Juice, one of my brothers. You know, that's kind of, you know, we put the YGs together. But make a long story short, he came through and he heard the first verse. He was like, "Ooh, that bitch flaming," you know what I'm saying? He was like, and we was supposed to be going out, but he was like, "No, bitch, you ain't coming to the club tonight. You got to finish that." You feel me? Like, then when we come back, you know, hey, that bitch finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like that. So by the time I finished it, you know what I'm saying, I like, you know, went in that day, I kind of cut up on it and, you know, just kept writing. And then, yeah, you know, everybody who ever heard it was like, damn, run that bitch again, run it again, run it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's a different reaction that you would get from, you know, anybody on the street when you running something. They're like, yeah, run that, ooh, that bitch fire, run that bitch again. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know.
It's one of them records, though, man. It's like, I don't want to say simple as in not like complex or anything like that, but it's something that everybody can sing. Everybody can sing along with it. So like the people that don't really like aren't in it for the lyrics, they can rock with it. But then when people hear the verses, they're like, "Oh, that shit hard!" Like, so it's a perfect joint for all the crowds to listen to. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody can rock with that record. Now, I'm sure you've been asked this question. I'm sure you've been asked this before.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a rumor for a long time that was kind of an answer to California Love when Tupac said the line about the Bellies. You felt that was a shot at New Orleans. Now, is there any truth to that?
There is truth to that. There's plenty of truth to it. You know, it was never no disrespect to Pac, because, you know, Pac did what he did, or, you know what I'm saying? But I did take that personal, because when he was like Dallas, I didn't even take it that he was talking to New York, like, you know, because that's how we was. And our, you know, that was our style, and that's how we lived or whatever. So when he was like in Cali, we wear ballads. We wear Chucks, not ballads. I was like, hold up, nah, just, you know. So I had to display that, like, the difference, because, you know, it was a first of all, you know, California had a big influence at the time of the music. You know what I'm saying? So
and I mean, at that time, your region, your area, and everything was very territorial back then. So if you feel like someone's taking a shot at where you're from, you had to at that time. You had to stand up for where you're from, just because of how territorial everything was. You know,
but you know, it was not even really. It wasn't even like really most definitely like taking a shot, but just like distinguishing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because it wasn't really no shot at Cali. It was just like let them know, like, all right, you know, that's, you know, this how we come, this how y'all come. You know, no disrespect, but this how we rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like goddamn right, we rock valleys down here, man. Goddamn right we do. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't no shots. There wasn't no like disrespect to them or anything like that.
It was all
blowing,
you know,
Cali up.
Right. And I'm saying, like, at that time, you know, like, California dudes was having like an impact in New Orleans too, because it was like a little war going on in New Orleans on mainly on the West Bank. You know what I'm saying? With against the California boys and all that type of shit used to be going on too, like locally. So you know, California had you know, what it is, you know what I'm saying? We raised off colors and shit like that, you know, watching movies like that. So, you know, Spice One and, you know, Tupac and, you know, these niggas had a real influence on us. NWA, you know, it's a lineup. Ice-T, you know what I'm saying? So there's no, you know, it's no thing that they, you know, California had a effect on us, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, as time progressed, we had to grasp our own identity, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And do you feel like you get the respect you deserve for creating that identity?
I think it get undermined. You know, it get undermined because
I only ask you that because, like, personally, I give you that credit, and this isn't because I'm on the phone with you, man. Like, I can pull up Facebook posts from years ago of me saying New Orleans wasn't just, you know, Cash Money, No Limit by any means. Those were more. I mean, Cash Money was a New Orleans, like a homegrown product. A lot of those dudes definitely had an impact on the sound of New Orleans. Don't get me wrong at all. But there's plenty of other artists outside of those labels that really helped define the New Orleans sound. And I always mention your name because you had your own style, like what you were about, that you saw other artists. You saw that in other artists that they got from you, and I feel like that you deserve to be in that conversation with the Soulja Slims and, you know, UNLV and, you know, a lot of different guys. I mean, G Slim is somebody that I still don't get. You know, I feel G Slim doesn't get the credit he deserves, and same with Kilo G. And even Pimp Daddy too. I want to throw him in there, but there's a lot of artists that you definitely. You know, like I said, I'm not saying that to do on the phone, right? I've always given you that credit. That's why I wanted to interview you, because I wanted to let you know that there is us out there that appreciate what you laid down, man, because you're part of that foundation, that transition from bounce to what we know the late 90s to be. You
most definitely
were definitely involved with that transition.
And you know, to answer your question, like at the time, I didn't didn't really know what I had when I was writing. You know, I felt the movement where it was going. You know what I'm saying? I could feel where it was going at, but I didn't know. It was happening fast at the time, just off that song, because that song had just changed everything. I think the guys, all right, we was having a meeting with we were supposed to meet with Cash Money, Hype Enough. It was a lot of the local artists, the local record labels we was going to meet with as a group. And we end up doing solo individuals. After I do sign with Cash Money, I started fucking with Tombstone. It was all damn near at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But we were still kind of working together individually, collectively, but individually. You know what I'm saying? And
he shouted y'all out, the Sack Mafia. He shouted Sack Mafia out in the joint with Bun B and BG. He's like, down with Sack Mafia, juvenile for life. Yeah, he said at the end of his verse, he said that.
Exactly. I mean, and actually, BG was supposed to be on Camouflage Down at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because Manifest did Jesus Soul the track. You know what I'm saying? I had to do. He did the final track.
Oh, wow.
The final track. Manifest did the final track. But I had did a track for my partner, Merrill. Merrill kind of, you know, I always did beat, but Merrill kind of gave me the sequence of how to do shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know, Merrill, GPU, The Real Rock, or whatever, you know. Well, that's who kind of gave me the sequence of doing beats or whatever. He did a beat for it, too. And then when he did a beat for it, I performed it first time ever, but I was in Morgan City. I wasn't even in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like, first time I performed it in front of a crowd on a beat or whatever, and not even the original, the beat that everybody knew it for. It was fucking crazy, because by the time I got to the hook the second time, everybody in the crowd was singing the motherfucker, and they had never heard it before.
Oh, man.
It was like, what the fuck? This was crazy, because I had never, actually at the time, I had never performed solo as an individual, because, you know, Rather Survive was the group I had kicked in with. You know what I'm saying? My partner, Charlie Hanson, that was my dog. He was part of the Rather Survive group. So I had never really performed solo, and then when that shit happened, it was like, what the fuck? So the guy who, Tombstone, which was the guy, my boy Jay, who was from Full Pack, which is who GBU come from, Full Pack. Full Pack produced some tracks on our Rather Survive project or whatever. And Jay, one of their members, had asked me to write some songs for him or whatever. And I wrote a few songs for them or whatever. I don't really remember how that project turned out. But later on, he was working with Tombstone, running Tombstone Records at the time. So that was like an easy process. You know what I'm saying? So once we did that concert, and we did a concert or whatever, and they seen how that concert turned out again, because I was opening up for Cheeky in Partners in Crime. They was really, had that work at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Cheeky Black most definitely, you know what I'm saying? Because that twerk something was like, that bit was everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so once, and that song, that particular song.
L.O.G.
What you say, baby?
What's going on, man? It's T-Mac. I was just
soaking
up all the game. I'm just absorbing and soaking up the game that all y'all was talking, man. I mean, one thing about it, and Cat and King will attest to this as well as myself, New Orleans has always had that reputation of being that it's just something different about how y'all do it out there, especially when you have, places like, like you said, Desire, Florida, Fletcher Dev, Lower Ninth, Calio.
Right.
Y'all just, I mean, of course, and I mean, just the legends. I mean, of course, you got, J Electronica coming out of there. Carry On, J Key is some of the new generation. What is it like just to see from what you all laid down in such grand and legendary fashion and seeing the next generation carry the torch for y'all out there?
Man, it's really an amazing sight to see, you know what I'm saying? Even to see where it grows, even when I see that I may not get mentioned in most things or whatever, but just to see the groundwork and see how the sound has grown, you know what I'm saying, and how it has evolved from one thing to another thing, you know what I'm saying? And not only just to another thing, but the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got people in the world that be saying stuff they might not even know that I had a part of doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, listen to that. And the hot boy, and what that boy name is, Young Thug or whatever, with the gun with the with all that in the song. I'm like, man, that's even the hot boys use it, but it came off my shit first. You know what I'm saying? Off the fucking ski mask with, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying,
that's what's dope though. Like people that really know the New Orleans rap history, we know, like, when we see Lil Wayne doing some big, the Grammys or some big festival or whatever, like, we understand that's that's L.O.G. on stage, that's Soulja Slim on stage, like,
exactly.
Without a doubt, Lil Wayne was influenced by you guys, but everybody kind of seemed like they was influenced by each other too. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's a few of you guys that transition from bounce to like the gangster rap era. You know what I mean? There's a few of you that really laid it down and really made it a smoother transition for everybody else. And I think that you, Slim, and Juvie, I have to give that to Juvie, and even BG. But I really feel like you guys really did a great job of being who you were and being able to make that transition to the music that everybody knows and loves, the Cash Money, the No Limits. You guys made it easier for those labels to succeed with their styles because of how you guys laid it down. You guys kind of laid the blueprint down. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like, I wanted to
most definitely
tell you that to your face, man, well, on the phone, but I wanted to tell you that, like, I give you that recognition, and I respect you as a pioneer and a legend. Like, that means a lot to me to tell you that, just so you know. Like, I've been listening to you, man, since I was 8, 9 years old, something like that. Like, I had a brother that was 4 years older than me, so everything I fucked with,
right.
like, I was a little young. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I listened to you a long time, man. I had, like, this New Orleans tape when I was a kid, man. I was probably in, like, 3rd grade. And it had, like, you was on it, Sporty T was on it, L.O.G, Capone, the Ninja Crew was on. Remember the Ninja Crew?
Hell yeah, man. Do I?
They was
you
on
know
that.
what I'm saying? Oh, that's part of the, that's part of the fucking, the stepping stones, you know what I'm saying? The forefathers of the sound, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Man Express was part of the Ninja Crew as well as a part of Gregory D, you know what I'm saying? That's
hell yeah.
One of them pillars, you know what I'm saying?
Jacko was on this tape, and Calhoun. There was a lot of New Orleans people on there, man. That I just kind of over the years, I lost touch with what they're up to. The Ninja Crew, though, I'm glad you know who that is, man. That's dope. I asked somebody else, but they're like, I don't know who that is. Like, oh man, that's old school New Orleans right there, man. But I love that shit. And, like, I still remember that tape I had though, man. Like, it was like a homemade tape that, like Weed Fiend by Low-Key and Slim. That and Get the Gat was on there like 3 times on that tape. Every couple songs, like, they would play that shit on there. But I mean, that tape was like my introduction, and I was hooked, man, because, I was young. I was still, I rocked with, like, dudes from, like, Detroit, like Awesome Dre, and then I rocked with Cole G Rap. Those are, like, my first, like, favorite rappers. But then when I got that tape, man, that changed my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man.
My life. Yeah, I remember, like, I still remember the writing on the tape. It said Low-Key, Magnolia Slim, L.O.G. But see, the L.O.G. wasn't with the period, so I always thought his name was Log. I was a little ass kid, though. You know what I mean? I was a little kid. I ain't gonna get it. And then, like, man,
like, yeah, they
got
had to
older.
back. I was like, we can't. You got there calling you Log, man.
Man, it ain't never, it never offended me. You heard me? I love it. You heard me?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about when I was 9 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? And,
most definitely.
As I got older and shit, and music became more, I actually understood what the lyrics meant and all that. I actually found that tape and went back to it, and that's when I started to dig into everybody a little more. And that's when I, like, really discovered your music and got, I was familiar with you in my early teens, and I held you down that whole time, man. I tried to rock with you forever, man. Like, because like I said, man, you got some classic joints, man. That's some shit.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
By you, and I know every word of that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it, man. That's a whole movement, man. And that you're saying that, I got a Zoo 2 that's gonna be releasing sometime soon, maybe like in maybe a week or 2 or something like that. A Zoo 2, some fire, some crack that been sitting in the archive too long. I had to release it.
When's that coming? In like a week
Probably
or 2?
Another week or 2. Yeah. Probably be even sooner than that, but I'm just saying, just give me a week or 2. It'll be available.
Make sure I see that, man. You can tag me on Instagram or with my DMs, so make sure I see those. I'll share the hell out of that. I'll be bumping that for a month straight, man.
Oh yeah, I'm pumped up. I'm gonna get it to you.
I hate to put you on the spot, man. I hate to put you on the spot, but I gotta do this to you. Top 5 New Orleans. Top 5 New Orleans that are alive all time.
Top 5 dead alive. Damn, man, they got some fucking hounds, bro.
It's a hard one. There's like 50 dudes that are top 5 worthy. You know what I mean? I gotta put
literally, bro. I'm telling you some real shit, bro. They got some dudes that they hounds with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give Slim his crown. You heard me? Damn, I damn that one just get to all the ones who not here. Shit, you hear me? Shit.
Yeah.
My nigga Keith, he was a hound. So these dudes literally was hounds. Shit, Pimp Daddy was crucial with it. Yellow Boy. Yellow Boy.
Man, I mean, yeah.
That nigga was in a lane of his own. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. There's so many of them.
Me and Levy.
And there's a bunch of them that's alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking of some niggas that just who ain't here, and they just left an imprint.
Last night about Yellow Boy and Little Derek from the Hot Boys.
Man,
how hard Little Derek was, like how talented he was, like.
Lil Derek was a hound, bro. These little dudes was like, literally like, man, I can't even describe it. Like, just hearing these dudes just bring some energy. Like, you wonder where they just get it from. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's like a possession of something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Especially Yellow.
I can sit down and make a top 50 list. I can make a top 50 list, and number 50 sounds just as good as number 3 and 2 and 1. You know what I mean?
That's
like
crazy, bro. These dudes is like hella talented, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and like
compilation,
Yellow talent,
like the New Orleans compilation.
Like really
look at that compilation, man. Like the talent you got on the New Orleans joint, it's crazy, man. It's like you was running out of songs, man. Like. You know, he's running out of room on that motherfucker because you was trying to put so many people on because there's so much talent down there, man. Like,
man, there's so many talented dudes, bro. That I even hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would put all these dudes in my top 5, son. They all did some type of motivation, movement. You know what I'm saying? Moved me some type of way. You know what I'm saying? With style, charisma, lyric, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. This dude, Derek, was impressive. Every time you seen him, he was spitting balls like burning your ears. Like, what the fuck? This dude was really,
I said last night, like, if he wouldn't have got killed and the world would have got a chance to hear him and he could have put together more of a body of work, there's an argument to be made that he might have been the best rapper out of the Hot Boys. Like,
man,
I mean that's hard. It's hard to say that, but I mean, raw talent. You know what I'm saying?
Wayne was always raw talent too from the beginning too. But yes, I think he would have gave Wayne a run for his money. I think by any given day, Cause see, where you got to look at, like Wayne to me was like a fun. So he was sucking up anything, you know what I'm saying? So he would have outlasted Derek, you know what I'm saying? I think the age would have made a difference. They just would have been sharpening each other up, you know what I'm saying? And it would have been something else.
Hey, listen, I want everybody to understand this about Lil Wayne real quick. Lil Wayne, I don't care if you don't like his music, I don't care what your opinion on his music. I want you to understand how talented Lil Wayne was. Lil Wayne, people asked him why there was such a difference between his albums and his mixtapes. And he said because coming up under Baby is Magnolia, New Orleans like a motherfucker. You rap a certain way. You use certain words. You have a certain style when you're rapping for Baby. So
he's keeping the root. He's trying to keep the root.
Yeah, so his albums were like, he was trying to be New Orleans with it. But meanwhile, he was in his room listening to Jay-Z and Missy Elliott and Outkast.
Everything,
The fact that this dude could put out quality music, trying to be New Orleans as he can be, meanwhile, in his head, he got all this other incredible shit that was like effortless to him, and like it was so powerful to people. There's actually a bunch of people out there that just say, "Oh, I like mixtape Wayne. I don't like, Carter Wayne or Young Money Wayne. I like mixtape Wayne." That's how talented Lil Wayne is. So anybody that has anything else to say about it, you're just simply wrong. It's okay if you don't like his music, but to say that boy ain't talented is just. That's not an opinion. They're just wrong. Like, it's a fact that dude is talented. And the
Most
fact
definitely.
he was so young doing that. Like, he was that brilliant, that young. And there's no shock that here we are in 2022 and that dude can still drop a chart-topping album. That's not a shock. There's a reason for that.
I mean, he is hip hop. You know, that's he really walking hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This dude was young, very young, raised in this, and you know, Baby was brilliant just to even give him the opportunity.
To know what he had. You know what I mean?
To keep feeding him. To keep feeding him. You know what I'm
saying? To keep him out of trouble and to know that he had something special. Like, he knew what he had. And, like, he released that fire on the world at the right time, man. You know what I mean? Everybody was saying, oh, Cash Money's dead. Juvie left, BG left, Perkins left. It's over for the Hot Boys. It's over for Cash Money. And then, bam, the Carter drops. And they're like, who the fuck is this? You know what I mean? It, like, it blew your mind because there was such transformation from what he was. And it was like, oh, shit, because he came out of nowhere with that. And, like, when he spit that verse on that Beyonce T.I. joint, that I'm a soldier or whatever, I was like,
yeah. That was the eye-opener.
Then those people were like, damn, I didn't know he could rap like that. And then out of nowhere, the Carter comes, and it was like, damn, and like the whole world got to see really what Wayne is really about. You know what I mean? But,
right. I can remember some of that around that time when MySpace was starting to pop up and shit. And I had put some of them old bangers up off the Jesus Those and shit. And I can remember my female like, oh, that sounds like Lil Wayne. And I'm like, okay, that says a lot then, you know what I'm saying? Because this is old, you know what I'm saying? This is ancient old artifacts. That I was playing for, you know what I'm saying? During my space time, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing Jesus and shit for her, and she was like, that sounds like Lil Wayne. Like, you know, this was Wayne and, you know, no hot boys, but Wayne just doing his thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's super impressive that dude had multiple legacies. Like, there's Hot Boy Wayne, there's Mixtape Wayne, there's Carter Wayne, there's like the Drake, Nicki Minaj Wayne.
Iterations. There's different iterations of Wayne in terms of what it is.
Yeah, that's generation. Yeah, man. I mean, just when I was one day, I'm watching TV and I see Chris Brown or somebody was talking, they were like, when Wayne hit the stage, we all run from backstage to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was raised off Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Wayne put the work in.
Hey, let me
some work in.
You guys a question here. Let me ask y'all this: you guys think anybody could see Wayne in the VERZUZ?
I don't know. I think his library is so ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think nobody could really see him in VERZUZ. Right? I don't think so. I saw some people trying to say he ain't had nothing, and I saw some people trying to clarify like he ain't had. I'm like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Wayne was all over everybody's shit. All you gotta do is run. VERZUZ is about bangers. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And not just bangers though, because it's really the ones that's not the bangers that catch the people attention that you can run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the radio shit only can get you so far.
And what VERZUZ is 20 songs.
Depending on the dates, like radio hits, they like kind of like dated. It all depends on the time and era. Like even with Fireman, I think Fireman was kind of like
one thing that people get lost in is they look like, oh, this dude got 40 hits, this dude got 60 hits. All that's irrelevant. What a VERZUZ is 20 songs. So you pick your best 20 and how potent those are. And I really think that it goes on what people, it doesn't matter how many joints,
bangers you had on the time and the number one charts you had.
Yeah, it don't really matter how much it sold. It's the potency of your record. So, if anybody could be there's not that many names that you can really say that could. I mean, there's arguments to be made, like you could say Jay, but really it depends on the crowd. I mean, because there's definitely a crowd out there that would think that Jay's songs are better, or they like Jay's more. But there's also a lot of people that would react differently and react more to the Wayne song. So, like, it's a hard one, but, I mean, Wayne's definitely in that short conversation of the people that not too many people can see. You know what I mean? Like, he's definitely on that short list.
He's one of them. He is one of those, we see his impact. We see it. There's no fucking secret about it. You know what I'm saying? We know what he could do. We just see what he have done. You know what I'm saying? We know what he's capable of doing. We see the impact. All the littles out here, all the tuners or whatever, all of this shit. You feel me?
And he's Wayne one of the few rappers. He's one of the few rappers that transcended hip hop. Like, there's people that don't listen to rap that listen to Lil Wayne.
Right. Yeah. He transitioned it. He changed. He transformed hip hop. Like, literally, he did. There's no way around it. You can't even deny it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a small list of people that are able to do that, be so diverse and so impactful that, 16-year-old white girls that listen to country music like Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Like, he's done that. There's people that listen to punk rock that don't listen to rap music at all. They don't know anything about rap music, but they know Lil Wayne. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he's on a very short list of people that are able to do that. He's up there with. There's only a couple guys that you could say are like the Beatles of hip hop, like to where when you think hip hop, you think their name, and it's not what hip hop heads think. It's beyond that. It's when you ask, like a corny ass dude that listens to alternative rock and listens to just what's on the radio. Those are kind of the opinions that matter the most, because that's the impact part of it. Of course, us hip-hop heads, we all have our opinions, and, we know what we're talking about, and we always go for our favorites. But it's kind of the guys that don't really know anything about rap music, they're the ones that kind of count, because that shows you the impact of the artist. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Correct. You are very correct. You are fucking...
so if I'm like an East Coast hip-hop head, like, of course, I'm a ride and die with Jay-Z. I'm like, no, it's Jay. But, like, I mean, that's all. Within the hip-hop community, you're just going to keep running into those arguments where people are just arguing for their favorite. It's really about the people that don't really know all that shit. They don't fucking know what the Hot Boys are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know what that means.
And I'm not just saying this because Wayne from Zip, but Jay did what he do. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as being consistent, and what he do is holding down New York in that flow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do nothing in that impact hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but being consistent. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's it. He didn't really do nothing that impact. All right, maybe when they went from the button down shirts, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that. Maybe that. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Rockaware, that's collectively between him.
Like, within hip hop, he might have, but I know what you're saying. You're saying that Wayne made an impact on hip hop for the rest of the world to see. Like,
that's
there's
what
things.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I can say, like, oh man, he gave us The Rock, and he changed the game for this, and he did this. That's a within hip hop thing, but you're talking about hip hop was changed by Wayne for the world, what they see hip hop as.
Man, all your all your hottest artists want to be Wayne some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, they might look at Jay for the king of hip-hop for, again, being consistent and holding his spot and not looking like he ever fell off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why he looked like the king. You know what I'm saying? But
man, they got it twisted. He actually trying to be like Wayne, all the way down to the way he talks, to the way he got his tats, to the way he dressed.
His impact did a whole lot.
I mean, and let's be honest, though. Both Lil Wayne and Jay-Z should feel like nobody can fuck with them, and they've both earned that right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most
if you're Jay-Z, of course, like, why wouldn't you feel like you're the best? I mean, the dude definitely put together a resume to feel that way. He has the right to feel that way. And Lil Wayne definitely does too. Like, we're really comparing two of the greatest ever, and like, what
most definitely, you know what I'm saying?
Trash if we didn't have them. You know what I mean? If you take either one of them away from hip hop, it would hurt bad. You know what I mean? Both of them are great. They're both Hall of Famers, a million times over. You know.
And I'm loving this bill, man. But we about to wind up hour one down, man. I'm loving this bill between y'all, man. You definitely welcome to come back on in the near future, man.
Man. Look, I just real quick, I want to give L.O.G a second to go ahead and plug and promote anything you want to plug real quick. Dirt Zyre is actually about to come on. If you want to stay on for a couple minutes and say what's up to him, that's fine. But I want to give you
most definitely say love to my little brother, you heard me? But yeah, I'm going to let y'all know he about the Zoo 2 coming, you feel me? Y'all make sure y'all stream that Jesus Soldiers, y'all stream that Zoo 1, the Zoo Orleans or whatever, you feel me? The Camouflage Down. I'm going to have the Living Off game back up there. Matter of fact, I got a Zoo 1.5, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I remixed a couple of joints on it. I did all the tracks on it. I want to plug my little nephew, Yo, ASO, OG not coming, you feel me? I produced some tracks on this shit, you heard me? Jay Alton, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of brothers I've been working with, you know what I'm saying? Rider Gang Row, you know what I'm saying? These little brothers I've been doing tracks with, been producing some tracks on, fucking L.A. Earhart, my little cuz, you know what I'm saying, Quee. There's a bunch of them, you know what I'm saying? There's so many I can't even name, you know what I'm saying? I just want to give some shots out to the city, you heard me? Even East Town been holding me down out here, all the shit that's been holding us down since we've been scattered about, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I'm saying? Especially the music, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of music coming from the city, man. Y'all keep supporting the city, you know what I'm saying? The fucking Camo, you heard me? The Camo City, you heard me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got Desire on the line right now.
Yeah, Dirt Zyre on right now, Dirt Zyre.
What's up,
yo.
What's up, Zyre, baby?
Hello, what it be like, baby?
What's up, baby? You heard me? I was just talking about you, baby. You heard me?
I was listening, baby. I was listening.
One of the most talented dudes right here. You heard me? This dude here is crafty. You heard me? Yes, indeed. You heard me? I remember
you know that all started from you. If you would have never told me how to get that shit together and rap on a beat, you know?
Hey, son, you got that shit mastered already. You heard me, dude? All I always told you now.
You put me on the track to get it mastered, too.
Most definitely, you heard me? You know I love you, dude. No, I love
you, champ.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was truly an honor to have you on the show, man. And it means a lot to me to be able to tell you how much I respect you and what a legend you are to me. And I for real, I mean this. I thank you for everything you've done for New Orleans hip hop in general. And look, man, as long as I got a platform, that platform's yours, man. You're welcome back anytime. And I appreciate you, man. I'm just glad I got the opportunity.
We all do. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate that too, man. We appreciate the love y'all give our city, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. Help us put it back on the map, you heard me? They got a lot of little youngsters out here, you know what I'm saying, who trying to keep the wave going, you know what I'm saying? So talented, nicely talented little brothers, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we trying to do, just keep the wave going, good music, positive energy. You know what I'm saying? And just live life, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Welcome back anytime, man. I thank you very much, man. L.O.G, everybody.
All right, yeah, man. Thank y'all, man.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Be safe. Thank you.
Let's welcome on.
All right, babe.